Hello everybody and welcome to another video. So in this video we're going to be talking Emperor's Children, and most importantly what is potentially coming for the Third Legion. Okay, so Emperor's Children, they're coming, and there's a lot of rumours regarding what is actually coming and when they're actually coming. So some of this is some people are expecting to see lots of things come Christmas Day. Now let's just clarify this straight away. A lot of this is being based on the fact that the Dark Angels were shown a big reveal last year on Christmas Day, like an army box and everything else. And the big difference here compared to what is happening with the Emperor's Children is we already knew the Dark Angels were coming due to the roadmap that we had for 2024. At the end of last year, we basically got told that the first codex is coming out the gate was going to be the Dark Angels, so we already knew it was coming. We just didn't know what we were going to get for the army. So in regards to this whole army box being shown and all of this, I don't know, I think that's a lot of wishful thinking. There's a good chance, and the hints and teases by Games Workshop is definitely there, that we're probably going to see something Emperor's Children related, but I personally think that this is going to be rolled out very much like how they did the World Eaters, where we're going to get shown one model, and bear in mind we had the renders for the World Eaters just like they're doing for the Emperor's Children, and then they did that one reveal where they showed that one Berserker off, and then later on we got the full reveal of everything that was coming. So what I think is going to happen on Christmas Day is going to be that reveal. We're going to see that one Emperor's Children Marine, and that's going to be it. And then probably around about March time we're going to see the full reveal of what the army is going to be launching with, i.e. that launch box. Now the reason why I say March is because we know the first three codexes of 2025. It's going to be the Astra Militarum, the Eldar, and then Knights. That's on the roadmap. So we already know that's what's coming. There's no redacted, there's no blacked out armies. That's the three that they're going to show us. So out of all of that so far, the one thing that they haven't shown us yet is anything to do with the Knights. We haven't seen anything reveals or anything like that for the Knights, which means that they're only showing us up to stuff probably around about February. I would suspect that the army bought launch box for the Death Corps of Krieg is probably going to drop before Christmas, and probably in the next weekend or so, and then come January the full release of the Astra Militarum will come, well, the Death Corps of Krieg, and then in February we'll have the Eldar, and then in March into April we'll have the new Imperial Knights, and then which would bring us into a sort of Adepticon, which I believe is the big American show in March, which will then show off what is potentially going to be coming. And you gotta remember, next year we've got some pretty big releases. We have the Space Wolves and we have the Emperor's Children, which are going to be two massive releases for 40k. So let's talk what we think, or what I've been told with my educated guesses, which is coming for the Emperor's Children. Now, first thing first, Fulgrim is coming, and if you've read the the Dark Imperium novel, at the very beginning Gilliman fights Fulgrim. The description of Fulgrim in that book is pretty much exactly what that model looks like. He's essentially quite bare-chested. He has the one big pauldron with the straps over his torso. He has the four arms carrying the two swords, and he has his long white hair with the horns and the big bat-like wings, and then the big snake body. We kind of already have a rough idea of what he's going to look like from the Forge World model, but this is going to be a full plastic kit for Warhammer 40k. And by all accounts, he's pretty big. He's on par with the size of Fulgrim, with the size of Angron and Mortorian. So he's a pretty big boy. Now, in regards to what that codex is going to give us, we definitely are going to have Noise Marines. Now, I've seen rumours of people saying that this is going to be a unit of 12. It's not. It's going to be a unit of 10. And you're going to basically get everything there to have a champion, to have all of the sonic weaponry, and everything else and the options. And you're going to have at least nine Noise Marines. One of them is going to basically be a big Blastmaster. I've also heard that there is going to be a carnival unit, which is going to be your cultists. And these are essentially what they would describe to me as a very weird carnival sort of cultist type unit. Lots of sort of bright colours and weird bespoke type models. Kind of think like real weird sort of elements, like fun sort of time weird stuff. But they're essentially cultists, but they've kind of got like a carnival feel to them. I have been told that there are Emperor's Children Terminators, and I've also heard that there is some form of non-Noise Marine Emperor's Children unit in power armor, but I'm not 100% sure. I've kind of heard mixed things about that. I've mainly heard that the bulk of the army will be your Noise Marines, just like Plague Marines and Berserkers and Rubik Marines are your core of those cult units. It's the whole sort of having two types of power armor units that are not Terminators is, I'm not 100% sure. I've heard multiple things about that. Regarding characters, Lucius the Eternal is getting a model. I've not heard anything about Eidolon, although I have heard that he is coming to 40k. He's just not going to be in the release of the codex just yet. I've heard that there is a generic Emperor's Children Lord on foot, and there's a number of HQ. I believe there's at least 4 of them in total, and this will cover different ranges. There's like a guy that's like buffs your units, a bit like an apothecary in a sort of it was kind of described as like a bit like an apothecary, but it kind of sort of does other stuff, but not so much heals your units. It kind of sort of buffs them. And obviously, Fabius Bile is apparently meant to be in the codex as well, which he's already got a new model, which is kind of cool. There is supposed to be some form of demon engine, which is all about noise weaponries and things like that, and that's kind of cool. But yeah, all in all, it sounds pretty exciting. I don't expect a massive amount. I've heard that this launch is on par with the size of what the World Eaters was, so you'll have the Primarch, your characters, and then like 2 or 3 box units for your actual units itself, and that's about it. You'll basically have your like your basic units, and then there'll be a second wave later on, probably in 11th edition, which will probably give you the rest of the army at some stage. But yeah, I've heard that there's basically enough there to run your army, and that's it basically. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. My time frame that I've been told is basically the second half of next year, so after the summer, and basically no later than November. But again, release schedules always change, so you know, take that with a massive pinch of salt. Although they are coming, so that's really cool. And what's amazing about that is that means that all 4 cult codexes for Chaos will be out. Now, I have heard an interesting rumor that the demon elements of each of these books will be brought into the codexes. So Nurgle will get Nurgle, Tzeentch will get, Thousand Sons will get Tzeentch, World Eaters will get all of the Khorne demons, Emperor's Children will get all of the Slaanesh demons, and there's not going to be an actual demon army per se, and that's what it'll be. Again, I'm not too sure how much weight that is. I don't even think the other codexes are out yet, so we'll see if that's true or not. And apparently that's how that's going to work for for Age of Sigmar as well, apparently. So we'll see if that's true. But all in all, that's essentially what I've heard. I've normally a bit skeptical about doing videos like this. Now, obviously, I could completely be wrong, and everything I've been told could be wrong. That's generally how this works. Like everything that I've just said is basically a lie until Games Workshop confirm it. But we will definitely be seeing Emperor's Children on Christmas Day. So in what capacity, we will see. But regarding how it's going to roll out, I think this is rolling very much out like the World Eaters and not the Dark Angels. So I don't expect to see them until the summertime at least. And then, yeah, you know, the Space Wolves are also going to get a big sort of time in the sun as well. But that's essentially the video. So if you do like what I'm doing, please like, subscribe, share, and all that stuff. And I will see you in another video. Goodbye for now.